Hello and welcome to this English lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson, we're looking at when we use all and whole in English. Let's go to the intro. Now, as I said, today's lesson is looking at when we use all and when we use whole in English. And I'm going to try to explain when we use one or when we use the other, or when we can use both with a similar type of meaning. Now, the first example that we have is all and whole plus a singular noun to mean complete or every part of. Now, let's have a look at these examples. Someone has eaten all the cake or all of the cake. Someone has eaten the whole cake, okay? Meaning every part of or the complete cake. So the whole cake or the cake is completely gone. Every part of it has been eaten. So someone has eaten all of the cake, someone has eaten the whole cake, meaning exactly the same. There's no difference. The only difference we can see is the order of this part here. So we say all of is not necessary, but we can put it in. All of the cake, the whole cake. So all determiner noun, the determiner whole noun. So that's the order that we use when we are using all and whole, meaning complete or every part of. Another example. I spent all the morning at the hospital. I spent the whole morning at the hospital. The same thing. The complete morning, all the morning, every part of the morning I spent at the hospital. So again, all determiner noun, determiner whole noun or article. Okay? So that is the way that we use this structure here, plus singular nouns to mean complete or every part of. The second example, indefinite article, we use whole. Okay? So, I spent a whole morning at the hospital. A whole morning. Indefinite article, I spent a whole morning, or he gambled a whole month's salary on the horses. So the indefinite article, we use whole. That's the simple rule. Now, number 3, uncountable nouns, we use all of or all. All of or all, okay? So he spent all his money on fancy clothes and a new car, okay? Money, not countable. All his money or all of his money on fancy clothes and a new car. And the last example, don't use all the sugar for the cake, save some for later. Okay? Don't use all the sugar. So again, sugar, not countable or uncountable noun, all. All right? So he spent all his money on fancy clothes and a new car. And don't use all the sugar for the cake, save some for later. So 1, 2, 3 ways of using all and whole. Now, I'll be back in a second with a couple more ways that we use all and whole. Okay, back again with the last 2 points. Point number 4 here is using the whole of, okay? And we can use the whole of instead of whole with more or less the same meaning. So, Bill's spent the whole of his career in banking, okay, using the article here. Bill spent the whole of his career in banking, or Bill spent his whole career in banking, okay. The next one is she was speaking the whole of the time. We could also say she spoke the whole time, okay, so we don't need to put this. And this example here, because we have a proper noun, the whole of Brussels was shut down. We could also say all of Brussels was shut down, the whole of Brussels, okay? Proper noun, Brussels. Now the last example with plural nouns, this is different, okay? So with plural nouns, All means every, and whole means complete or entire. Look at the difference. All schools in the area were evacuated. All schools, every school. So I get the impression that every school in that area was evacuated. But here, whole schools were evacuated. Whole schools, entire schools. Doesn't tell me that all the schools were evacuated, but it tells me that complete or entire schools were evacuated. So be careful here with plural nouns, all meaning every, the most common, and the less common, whole meaning complete. And the two examples that I just showed you. Thank you very much for watching the lesson. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them below. Remember to share the video on social media, Facebook, Google+, Twitter. See you in the next lesson. Have a good day. Bye.